Secret is the law of attraction. It's a DVD everybody's talking about. I'm sure somebody's mentioned it to you. It means that everything that happens to you, good and bad, you are attracting to yourself. It's something that I really have believed in for years, that the energy you put out into the world is always going to be coming back to you.
Did Oprah really psyop the entire country? I don't believe she would do that. I love Oprah, and it's just not a thing that she would do on purpose. You know, she's kind of like the boomer whisperer. She tells boomer housewives what to read, what to wear, what to buy. In her time, she was the kingmaker. Don't ever forget it. And one of the kings that she made, the queen she made, was Rhonda Byrne. So here is my theory. I have no evidence for this. I have no evidence whatsoever. This theory is not factual as far as I know. But the timing is a little suspicious. Just hear me out here. Hear me out here. There could be a larger truth that's not literal truth. So I'm going to present my theory and you tell me what you think. Oprah made The Secret and the law of attraction a household idea, a household name. This is manifestation. Manifestation. You may have seen vision boards. See it and believe it, and it will happen for you. This is the law of attraction, manifestation. Now, the law of attraction says that you will become rich if you think rich thoughts. And the way to block money from coming to you is to think poverty thoughts. Like, if you think, I can't afford this, then you'll never be able to afford it. Okay, this is the treat yourself philosophy. Now, the law of attraction is basically spell casting. It's magic. And you know what? Good for you. Cast your spells. First Amendment, you can do it. But I wonder if as a nation, we should be reverting to magical thinking, okay? Just remember that when science and procedure people met spell casting and magic people, the science and procedure people dog walked the magical thinking people. Keep that in mind. We have seen this happen before and we know how it turns out. Science and procedure actually works. The secret isn't new. The idea that your thoughts shape your reality, that's not new. It's been popular for over 100 years already. Do you remember in the Cult of MAGA, we talked about the power of positive thinking? That was by Norman Vincent Peale. That was from the 1950s. You could think positively in the 50s because we were the sole economy in the world, basically. We're the dominant power in the world. And it was the best decade for wealth creation for the average person in this country. Keep that in mind. That was written in the 50s. That was written for a time where wealth was actually being created. This is the philosophy that shaped Donald Trump when he was a child, okay? And I actually like this book. I like this book a lot. It is reassuring, just like a church sermon is reassuring, but it is not a science. Some of the highlights of the power of positive thinking are to relax and to stay positive. You got to stay positive, guys. Now, through positive thinking, you can have anything in the world, anything that you want. And I like that. And it can be very helpful for achieving your full potential. However, some stuff can happen in one's life that cannot be fixed through positive thinking. It can't be fixed through seeing the world in rose-colored glasses. The trick to life is knowing what is what. What can be fixed through thinking positively and what is just fixed. It's the way it is, and you got to adapt to the world. The world doesn't always adapt to you. Sometimes you got to adapt to the world. Bankruptcy is not fixed by positive thinking. It is fixed by reducing your spending and paying back your debts. Well, that's not true for Donald Trump, who never repaid his debts. And he thought positively about himself the whole time. He thought himself to the top of the world. He literally just got sworn in as president. Remember that he was indebted by hundreds of millions of dollars in the 1990s. And the banks wouldn't foreclose on him because he had lost too much money. He had just lost too much money. He took it too far. So is this the man you want to use as example? Anyway, The Secret was published in 2006 when the country was in the middle of a speculative bubble. That bubble burst with the Great Recession. You remember that? A lot of y'all are too young to remember that, but it was a big deal. Much like Peale follower Trump, the entire country had overextended its credit and collapsed the financial industry. Did people think, look, maybe this positive thinking isn't a good idea. Maybe we should save more and spend less? No, that did not happen. A financial collapse didn't stop The Secret. We know that in the 2010s, this positive thinking stuff just went insane. So many uplifted messages, so many uplifting ideas. But did that actually lead to greater happiness? Ask yourself that. Did it lead to greater happiness? You can be whatever you want. No, you can't. You really can't. Every body is beautiful. Then why do we need plastic surgery and Ozempic? Put these images on your vision board. And then people become by comparing themselves to influencers who are living it up in Dubai. Little do they know that those influencers are getting pooed on by Saudi royalty. Okay, this is delusion. Americans are more depressed now. They're more alone. They're more indebted. Wealth is concentrated into the hands of a very few. Generational inheritance, which should go on to children, falls into old folks' homes because we don't want to take care of our elderly. That would cramp our style, and it's generally bad vibes. We want to keep good vibes, always good vibes. It seems like we're getting less now for more money, and we have less friends than we used to, but we shouldn't bring it up because then you're being a bummer. We know this is toxic positivity now. We all have that toxically positive friend whose life just doesn't reflect their worldview. We've all got him. Am I that friend for some? I'm doing okay. Anyway, since about the turn of the century, Americans have been living on credit. Okay, much of our economic growth is credit. This is different philosophy from boomers' parents. So the greatest generation, the GI Gen, that's a different philosophy. They thought to live below their means because they had no choice. Credit wasn't really an option back then. Credit is now so free and easy. So the boomers aren't scrimping and saving like their parents did. That was actually the right way to live. Now we're seeing. Just watch Caleb Hammer. I love Caleb Hammer. And there is an endless stream of people who do not know how to manage money. They are living on credit. We are many generations into this financial illiteracy and indebtedness. The wealth has been redistributed from the working and middle class all the way to the top, the very, very wealthy. Financial managers don't believe in see it and it'll happen for you. They don't believe in vision boards. They're the first ones to tell you to never use a credit card. Oprah encourages you to treat yourself. Caleb Hammer will follow you into a gas station and yell at you for buying a 5-hour energy. You didn't need that. You have coffee at home. And you know what? He's not wrong. A lot of these people, he's not wrong. The secret and the law of attraction is a philosophy that gave the green light to obscene spending and indebtedness. Do ideas shape reality, or does reality shape ideas? So we know about propaganda. From watching this channel, you should know about propaganda, that you can make most people believe just about anything if you repeat it enough. If you repeat it enough and that message comes from a trusted source, they'll believe it. It's unfortunate, but it's just, we're trying to work around it, okay? I'm doing my best. Now, I'm not saying that Oprah purposely psyoped the nation. However, a lot of books were published back then, and they didn't all get onto Oprah's show, okay? Why didn't she choose to support the book that basically said, work hard and hope for the best because the universe is cruel and unfair as a self-help book? Why not that book? From what they choose to show you, that shapes the discussion, okay? And they say, oh, it was your choice. You made that choice. But it's like, no. She should have known what she was doing. And maybe she didn't, which we are all realizing that the people in power, the elites, are not that much smarter than the average person. This is a hard pill to swallow, but they really aren't. They really aren't that bright. So that's why I'm saying that maybe Oprah is not this evil genius that's working with the credit card companies to bankrupt the entire nation so that all the wealth gets sucked from the working and middle class up to the top wealthy. Maybe she actually bought into this. You know what I mean? Maybe she actually believed it. And what does that say? That says, and repeat it with me, our elites are not that bright. It's really a hard pill to swallow when you get to a certain age and you look around and you're like, oh my God, this entire world was made by these people. I'm meeting these people. They're not that bright. Michelle Obama said the same thing. I love Michelle. She didn't go to the inauguration, but she said, when you get to these tables of the people who rule the world, these are not smart people. And now Michelle Obama just won't leave the house, apparently. She said, I'm done. I'm done with it all. If I were a conspiracy theorist, which you know I am not, but if I were a conspiracy theorist, I would say that the masters of the universe encouraged an entire generation to become addicted to credit through their spiritual leader, Oprah Winfrey. Your thoughts do, to a certain extent, decide your reality, but it's not as simple as believing it. You believe in Jesus and you're a Christian. Good. I believe that. That's true. But if you believe in money, that doesn't make you rich. It takes a lot more. It takes strategy. It takes critical thinking. It takes meeting the right people and being in the right place. And it's not just money. It's not just money. Bad things happen to good people. Bad things happen to positive people too, okay? It's not your negative thinking that gave your mother cancer. That's ridiculous. Don't ever think that. You didn't attract your layoff. Not understanding how the world really works makes you weaker and more subject to the whims of this world than you would otherwise be. Okay, you need to understand these things. And The Secret is not it. Follow your dreams, they say. Follow your dreams. Turns out everyone dreams of being like Oprah, of being the president, of being a movie star. So let me tell you something about 99% of the actors that I know. They are food. They are food for the entertainment industry. They spend thousands of dollars on courses, on headshots, and being the right place, spending $15, $20 on a drink just to be in the right place at the right time. But you never see them. So watch all these old movies. Watch all the old movies. Those extras, those bit parts, even some of the main actors. Do you ever see them again? No, they're just lost. No, their money, their time, their youth, it was just food for the industry. And who do you see? A lot of the time you see Nepo babies. Nepo babies never had to believe in anything, okay? They were born in the right place. Every once in a while, you do see someone make it from obscurity to the big leagues, okay? Like Viola Davis, for example. There are more lottery winners than there are those people. More lottery winners, okay? Follow your dreams and believe was just absolutely terrible advice. It was given by misguided boomers to their millennial and Gen Z children. And unfortunately, it takes so long to follow those dreams, takes so much of your life to follow those dreams. And by the time you're done, a lot of these people don't end up marrying. They don't end up having children. And that's not just in Hollywood, okay? That's a lot of the highly competitive industries. We need to be very honest with people about how the world actually works. We need to be honest. Oprah really thought that people's dreams were just humble. Oh, I just want to have, a new mudroom. I want to refurbish the kitchen. That's not true. Most people dream big things. They want what they see. They want great wealth. They want these things.
You sharpen the human appetite to the point where it can split atoms with its desire. You build egos the size of cathedrals, fiber optically connect the world to every eager impulse, grease even the dullest dreams with these dollar green, gold-plated fantasies until every human becomes an aspiring emperor, becomes his own god. And where can you go from there?
They want what they see, and they do want to enjoy their time. They want great wealth with a liberal arts degree. They want a gorgeous spouse while not being gorgeous themselves. Now, 20 years later, a lot of the children of those women that Oprah brainwashed, they are waking up and they're seeing what they were taught. It was wrong. It was wrong. You know what they actually want when it really comes down to it? They want what their mothers took for granted. They want that 3-bedroom house and a steady job and a husband and 2 kids. Okay? They're seeing through the delusions of the past 20 years. But for many, it's just too late. Unfortunately, it's too late. The AI is going to take those jobs. Their potential husband won't approach them because he's got scared off. He's addicted to porn. He's scared of the whole thing. So he's fallen out of the dating market. They can't have the children that those previous generations of women just took for granted. They're seeing that someone sold them the wrong dream, and they're realizing it, and a lot of them are powerless to stop it. And I feel so bad. Virtual hugs, ladies, virtual hugs. So perhaps Oprah's biggest mistake is that she gave information to the masses that was ultimately destructive. There is a reason why spiritual schools have levels you have to attain. And you get to the next level when you're ready for it. When you've attained a certain level of knowledge, then you're ready to advance. Oprah, who is everybody's best friend, she just gave advanced knowledge to people who were not ready for it. So you don't encourage children to play with fire. And you don't encourage bored housewives to live on credit. You don't encourage them to treat themselves. Now those women have raised a generation of children, an entire generation that's financially illiterate. And what is their solution? Well, for a lot of Gen Z, they're ready to revolt. They're over it, okay? They're building statues to Luigi Mangione right now. So keep that in mind. We took it too far. Now, just remember, I have no evidence to say that Oprah did this on purpose, that she was in bed with the financial companies, that she purposely told people to spend too much money so that their wealth, their family generational wealth could be taken away. I have no evidence for this. But it sure does time out right, doesn't it? This is a fun conspiracy theory. I'm just playing with ideas here. I'm just saying it adds up. That's it. I'm just saying it adds up. That's all. If you enjoyed this particular baseless conspiracy theory, you might also enjoy the Great Karen conspiracy. Every once in a while, I'll be like, the Illuminati did this, didn't they? And I'll make a video. Most of my videos are not like this, but every once in a while, and I'm like, I think this is what happened here. Thank you. Like, share, and subscribe.